Welcome back to the 100 Horror Films in 31 Days. This is day 21, and I got in 3 films. First up is a film I really I'm starting to hate this film, actually, and I don't hate too many films, but Repo, the Genetic Opera, 2008. It's a horror musical. I don't like Rocky Horror Picture, so I don't like that either. I don't get the horror comedy musical shit. I have despised it, actually. And this was sitting through this was pure torture. It's got an interesting cast. Paul Sorvino he's in a lot of plays a great gangster. And you got Bill Moseley in this, and then you really just kind of go bottom of the barrel. You got Paris Hilton in this thing. It's just not anything I like. It's basically a serial killer dissecting people and selling the body parts, embedded in overall just a musical, and I hate it. Bottom line, I'm definitely gonna sell this. The only reason I watched it. This is the 3rd time I watched it, and this was just pure torture. It's part of the 31 film subset. So I'm trying to complete that as well as besides doing the 100 films. That's the only reason I watched it. Next up is 1974's The Devil Possessed, Paul Naschy. This time he kind of plays a Marquis de Sade type character who is trying to become all-powerful through black magic. The black magic requires him to basically kill and torture people. Women, virgins, that type of thing. It's a kind of a slow, clunky potboiler, to be honest. I mean, when Naschy is going at it and torturing people, it's interesting, but there's long periods in between where that's happening. Not horrible film, but it's slow. I give it a 6 out of 10. That really kind of completes all the films in this set for me. Of course, I got to go back and watch all the special features and things like that. It's a nice volume 2. I hope they do a volume 3. There's just a lot of great Naschy films that needs a Blu-ray or treatment, definitely. But there's The Devil Possessed. Leon Klimovsky directed it. That's typically been the director he's gone to for most of his films. And then I finished up the day with a classic that only gets better with each viewing. 1980's The Changeling. And this is the Second Sight release. Gorgeous release. It's got a soundtrack and a huge booklet. George C. Scott plays this artist, musician, who has bought a haunted house. Of course, you get this nice poster. That's a thick paper on this poster. Very thick paper. You've got a booklet, really nice booklet. That's kind of a small font. And then, of course, the Blu-ray itself. And I believe this has the soundtrack as well. It's comparable to the Severin release, but if you compare it, and I did a comparison in one of my update videos, this actually has a little bit more to it than the Severin release. Not a lot, but I actually prefer this release, The Changeling. George C. Scott's fantastic. It's a compelling story, and actually, with each viewing, it just becomes more and more interesting. There's a lot going on in the film. If you just watch it at a surface level, it's a surface level ghost story. But there's a lot more going on there, and I'm starting to see that with repeat viewings. I really, really enjoyed The Changeling. Great movie. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. All right, that's going to wrap it up for day 21. Appreciate you watching.